All right, here we are. We are in the Airbus A320. Standard atmospheric conditions, like we always do in the FACEOFF series. You can see we're in a valley. We're actually headed away from our initial approach fix. So let's go ahead and let you know where we are. So we're at Bishop, California. We're going to fly the RNP into runway 30. It's a RNP 0.30. Only good for CATS A Alpha Bravo Charlie, so we'll handle that when we get to the PMDG B738. We'll have that quick discussion. We'll still fly it, but I will have some comments about that. You can see minimum altitude at Wally, 7,000 feet. That's our final approach point. That's what we're going to go ahead and set us to in a minute. Decision altitude will be 4476. We'll do that as we start to enter in our decision data. You can see RNP AR approach. RF required, authorization required, everything's required. Missed will be 13,000. And we'll put that in. We'll probably get that right in front of FOMS, the initial or intermediate fix, excuse me. We'll probably get our final app right before then. We do have a reel, so you'll see that. We have a PAPI as well. No runway lights. Excuse me, no runway approach lights. Just the reel. We'll be coming in at 301. Coming on 301. All right, so let's go ahead and get our destination data in. Actually, let's go ahead and turn first. So let's go ahead and go direct to Ever. All right, so we'll begin our turn. Let's go ahead and get our destination data locked and loaded. So we know we are standard atmospheric conditions. We got no wind. All right, Barrows, so that's 4476, I believe it was. All right, so we got that going on. Let's just double check. 4476, good. Prague, just so we know, okay, we got a 1.0 right here. Let me just, you can see 1.0. That should go to 0.3 as we get going on the approach. See, we're about 32 miles out from Bishop, runway 30 on the track. We're at a cruise altitude of 10,000. So basically we took off from Bishop on our way to Denver and decided to come back to the airport using this RNP runway 30. We'll go ahead and activate the approach phase once we get level here. A couple things that I did do. So we put in Bishop, runway 30. Standard atmospheric weather conditions. We're going to be landing at max weight. So right now we're at 64,800 kilos. Max landing weight will be 64,500 kilos. So we're going to be good. I just put that in there. You can see we're a little bit risky, obviously a lot risky. Let's go ahead and go auto brake medium. Okay, so it's a 7,500 foot runway. This will bring us to 5,600.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Kind of neat, huh?
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
All right, there we go. All right, let's go ahead. Do we activate? Let's activate the approach phase. Oh, first of all, let's go medium auto brake, activate the approach phase. That should bring us down to the green dot. Here we go, activate the approach phase.
The cabin is now secure for landing.
Something we would expect. Thank you. RLA, seatbelts on, everything's good. Let's do the approach checklist really quick. Approach checklist, we got barrel ref. It's 92 all the way across the board. Let's go ahead and just set this to 7,000 as we get rolling. Seatbelts are on. Minimums are set to 4476. Perfect. Auto brake is set to medium, and our engine mode selector is on norm. Alright, approach checklist is complete. So you see, by activating the approach phase, not hitting the approach button, but activating the approach phase, is supposed to bring us down to the green dot, and it did. So we're now flying at 214 knots, green dot, and you can see it's maintaining. We pulled up the LDAV and the VDAV. You can see when we're supposed to begin our descent. We'll see how well that works. As we plan it a little better. So we're coming into Wally. Before Wally, I want to be completely configured. I want to have all the flaps down. I want to have the gear down. I want to be ready to go on that turn. Because once we come out of that turn at Beeve, we got 1.8 miles. Rumors had it that you're going to come out high on Beeve. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a FENIX thing. We shall see. And we may have to take control at one point if we're going to have all whites, and I may have to get down a little quicker, which will cause us a little quicker of a vertical speed, which could impact our landing. I want to get down. I want to get these wheels on the runway. It's a 7,500 foot runway, so plenty of room. Just want to make sure that we got plenty of time. Alright, so what have we done? We've got our approach checklist. We've got approach phase. We're going to go flaps 3. You can see the VLS will be 135. The VAP will be 140. And we'll be pretty much landing at max landing weight. Gonna auto brake medium. Pretty cool. We'll definitely put the, we'll start recording at Wally. You can see we are in the valley. Need a little lake there. Pretty cool. We are in the valley. I think it would be pretty cool if they brought us in the other way. Kind of come around here, come around there, come around here, and come in. That would be pretty cool. Where's the airport? Airport's right there. I can see the REIL right there for the opposite facing runway. Actually, that's runway. That's a different one? No. Yeah, actually, I think that's the one we're coming in on. Alright, so at this point, you can see we're 5 miles out from our top of descent. I'm going to go ahead and arm the approach button. So we got Alt, Final. I would think that would be Alt Constraint, right? It's not. We are in this, yeah, everything should be okay. We'll start descending as soon as we get here to our top of descent point. What's it going to look like if we get, okay, so speed, slat retract's going to get to 196. I don't have a problem in doing that. Let's go ahead and go slat retract right now. We are good on the speed. Let's go ahead and start that. But I wouldn't mind as soon as we turn. Okay, we're at the top of descent. Final app. There we go. Okay, we're dropping now, which is good. I'm going to go ahead and pull 190 because I don't see it happening if we don't. I'm going to go ahead and pull out a little bit of speed brakes for us. Really want to get us down to 190 so I can pull flaps 2 out. There's the airport. We got full speed brakes. So what we may need to do is go to flaps. Excuse me, we may need to go to gear here in a second to slow us down. Yeah, we're just not slowing down fast enough. I got full speed brakes out. So let's go ahead and we're almost there, but let's go ahead and hit the gear down. Let's go ahead and arm. Let's go ahead and retract the speed brake. Let's arm the spoiler. Turn on the lights. Let's go managed. All right, flaps 2. Should bring us down fairly quickly. Now that we're at flaps 2. The final app, so we can go to 13,000. Let's go ahead and bring out the record button. Let's go to flaps 3, speed check. Vertical dev and LDev is good. Let's go ahead and look at the prog. Okay, 0.3, so we're good there.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
All right, flaps.
Terrain ahead.
Full.
Pull up.
We're good.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
All right.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain
Pretty
ahead.
cool.
Pull up.
Wow, look at all that red.
Terrain ahead. Pull.
So we're coming around. There's the runway. Pretty cool. All right, ECAM memo, landing no blue. Let's go. VLS is sitting there at 134, which is right. VAP 139, so that's good. We're coming up on Beeve. We look to be high. We look to be high, Phoenix. So the missed approach is going to be 4476 of decision altitude. And so there it looks pretty high.
1,000.
We got it, you know, 1,000 foot per minute. Let's just go ahead and look at the approach. Was it 3.52? 3.52. So it's much more. You know, you got 1,000, so 3.52. I'm not so sure that's enough, honestly. But 3.52 is the descent rate.
100 above.
I'll take over at the minimum.
Minimum.
Continuing. All right, so you saw it yourself. It's a little high. So I'm going to push this down just a touch.
100. 50, 40, 30. Retard. Retard.
Woo, that was pretty firm. All right, so we got spoilers, we got reverse green, decel. I'm gonna go manual braking. We're at 70. Let's go ahead and
Retard. Retard.
we've done that. Nothing like a little firm landing. I said I wanted to get down. Let's get slow here. Let's go. Okay, 10. Good. Let's go ahead and get off the runway. Let's go ahead and put up the flaps. Away we go. All right, guys. So that was the Phoenix. I had a feeling that would happen. If the rumors had it that we would be all white across the PAPI, and we were. So I had to take manual control at minimums to get us down there a little bit, which caused us a little bit more extra speed and yada yada yada. So a little harder of a landing than I wanted to, but we needed to get down there, and we did. Not sure if that's on Phoenix as far as the 4 whites. You know, I mean, it was 3.52 is the approach. So you could see 3.52 degree coming in. And yeah, we were coming in at around 1,000 foot per minute. So, and you could see we were probably coming in around in between 140 and 160. I mean, 1,000 foot per minute is probably on the correct descent angle. So, anyway, and we had RNP 0.30. Let's check the weather. All right, so there's the pressure, 290.902. So we went ahead and set that accordingly. So standard atmospheric pressure, we were set to 290.902 all the way around the horn. So we can't quite blame the pilot for not setting the QNH correctly. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the PMDG 737 and see how that flies this approach. All right, here we are. All right, a couple things I want to show you. We are now in the PMDG 737. We're going into Bishop. We had just done the Phoenix, but now I want to show you a couple things. We'll fly this out just a little bit further. All right, so this is for category Alpha Bravo Charlie. Category Delta starts at an approach of 141. That's the max landing weight approach speed that we see, right? 141 puts you into a category D, Delta. One thing I want to do, and I want to actively pause this right now. We're 0, 0. Let me just go ahead and turn off the pumps. Okay. I want you to see that I have the short field package on. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's do no short field package. So we got no short field package for the optional equipment. All right, now let's go to... All right, so here's the approach reference. So we know the maximum landing weight per the FCOM, I believe, is 65,000 kilos. So let's put that in. I want you to notice it's 141. So with max flaps, max gross weight, we're at 141. That's category D, folks. That's category D, Delta. Now, let's go back. I forget which page. I think it's 13. All right, let's go short field package. So you would expect short field package, we should see maybe a 139 or something like that, which would easily allow us to be in a category Charlie, correct? All right, let's return. Go 65, for 65,000 max landing weight. It's still 141. So we're gonna fly this as a category Delta, but we're gonna be okay here because we don't have any like 141. If it were 140, if some of the speed restrictions were 140, well, we'd have a problem with this. But we'll go ahead and fly it anyway. So I just wanted to make that quick note before we get rocking and rolling here. All right. Fuel pumps are good. Everything's looking good. All right, I'm gonna put it on pause just for a second. All right. Let's go ahead and all right, so we got LNAV, VNAV, VNAV, LNAV. All right, a couple things. Let's go ahead and set the VOR to 10800. Out of the range of the VOR, let's go to the Prague. Nav status, page 2, DME update, let's turn it off. Good. Prague, page 4. 0.3, which is what we want. Let's go 125 on the vert. So we got 125 in the vert, so we're good there. We're gonna punch this down to 7,000. Let's go 7,000 right now. Actually, you know what? Let's go to 4,500. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the landing. All right, you can see the VREF. Flaps 30. We're going to do flaps 30, auto brakes 3. And there we go. You can see it brings us pretty much to the end, but that's okay. What if I did all right max? Let's just max auto. Whoa, that's way crazy. Okay, we'll stick with that. All right, we're coming into Ever. So you can see kind of where we're at. ever, Pemke, FOMS. Again, I want to be fully configured before Wally. Wally's 154. We're going to go to flaps 30. Top of descent is past Pemke. That's what we'll rely on, though. Missed approach will be 13. So just so we know. As soon as we pass the final approach point, I'm going to set our I'm going to set it to 13, and hopefully we'll maintain VPATH. I wouldn't mind slowing us down right now. Well, it's going to take a long time. We got to go to 44.76. Anybody knows a quicker way, let me know. We're at 1,000. Alright, so our initial approach fix is coming up. Actually, we already passed it. It's our intermediate fix is foams. Again, just to confirm, we're standard atmospheric conditions. Man, it's taking a long time, huh? There we go. All right. All right, you can see what we got. Go ahead and put in Let's go 1. Two. I'm gonna put in some flaps here. Should bring us down to 188. So we got LNAV, LNAV, VNAV path. So you can see we're in the ranges. Once we get below 7,000, I'm going to go ahead and twist us up to 13. I don't think I could twist it up right now. Okay, we're decelerating nicely. We're not having to use the speed brake. Okay, let's go flaps 5. As soon as we get there, we're going to go ahead and put down the gear. Flap 5's coming out. Gear down. Flaps 15. Let's arm the speed brake. Get our lights on here. Make sure okay, let's go flaps 30. Speed check. Right, flaps 30 is coming in. Here's our turn. See, it's maintaining. We're at 0.3, so we're good. 149 is VREF. You can see it right there. We're 154. It's gonna, probably when we get to BEAV, it's gonna do what it needs to do. You can see 154. So VREF plus 5, that's what we would expect, right? VREF plus 5, there it is, 154. 3.52 degrees. Here's our turn. There's the runway. There it is. Speed brake's armed. We're flaps 30. Gear is down. Everything's the way we need it to be. Here we go. Let's see if I can spin it up. Still got VNAV path, which is good. Woo, thank God. Alright, we still got VNAV path. It looks like we're high here too. So it looks like it might be a sim issue. Coming up on the minimum.
5 plus 100. Minimums.
We're continuing. go. We're gonna do some manual braking here. Put the flaps up. Make sure we got the spoilers are out. Yep. All right. So it looks like both aircraft were spit out kind of high on the approach. So not sure why. Again, let's just confirm we have 299 how are we? Were we? Yep, 299 all the way around. And so yeah, so I guess we're just going to be spitting out pretty high on this approach. Not sure what we should do differently. It just might be the default setting for the airport. So that's good to know. So it wasn't on FENIX and it's not on PMDG because they both spit out at the same exact trajectory, and it's 3.52. You know, that's the other thing. Let me go ahead and check the chart, because usually it will say that the PAPI and the glide path are non-coincident or something of that nature. I don't see that here. So we're not seeing that to where the PAPI, they're not saying that the PAPI, even though it's a 3.52, you know, what if the PAPI is at 3.0, right? So if the PAPI is 3.0, then that would serve, I mean, if the PAPI is set to 3.0 and we're going to be white all the way around, I don't know why it wouldn't be. I would think that the PAPI, maybe the PAPI is set to 3.00, but we would expect to see that here. So then we would understand that it's it should be all white. So anyway guys, if you have some answers, leave a comment. If you liked it, all good. Now we're going into overtime so you can see what we did. You guys have a good one. There's a good picture of those slats. Look at that. Oh, look at Sammy.
Up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
You can see it. Still causing problems. Yeah, look at the paint peeling on the edges. Pretty cool. Oh, look at that paint on the rudder. Here we go. You can see how, yeah, much higher. This is where you have to be. Ooh, a little bit of a bounce.